This is a quick explainer video on how to properly sell your stat loot in Star Wars Galaxies. Selling stat loot is an easy way to make some credits on your combat tunes via a little bit of grinding. Reverse engineering traders will buy this stat loot in order to make their power bits. Stat loot is any piece of clothing or jewelry that has a stat or skill modifier attached to them. The value of stat loot is dependent on the highest stat value on the piece of stat loot. For example, this piece right here is in the 23 category because the stat with the highest value is 23, precision in this case. The other stat is agility of 22, which doesn't matter. It's not the highest, so the highest value is 23, so this counts as a 23 piece of stat loot. Most RE traders are interested in 24 or 25 stat loot as they break down to the highest initial value of a power bit, but others will buy as low as 22. The last kind of stat loot you'll want to pay attention for is triple or more loot. These loot items have 3 or more stat mods or skill mods associated with them. For example, this piece right here has 3 stat mods associated with it: agility, constitution, and strength. Most RE traders will take this loot at higher prices, since these are the only kinds of loot that can make third order power bits. The stat value does not matter here, as long as there are 3 or more modifiers associated with it, they count. Special case time. Camouflage is a weird one. It comes in under the skill mod section, but it still counts, either for the top stat if it has the highest value, or as a triple or quadruple modifier. Consider it the same way as any other stat modifier, like this piece of clothing for example. It has 17 stamina, but 24 camouflage, so it counts as 24 stat loot. If a piece of clothing has 2 stat mods and 1 camouflage mod, it counts as triple stat. And that's really it. Now you know the tips and tricks to selling stat loot. Go out, find an RE trader who's buying stat loot, and start making some credits. Bye all.